I will just explain these few verses that I'm going to recite, and then I'll recite them so I don't have to keep stopping. Sayyidi Imam Ahmad Raza Khan, Rahmah Ta'ala, he talks about the beauty, physical beauty of the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. He describes him as a rose, which in the language of poets is the pinnacle of beauty and perfection. He says, Sar taba qadam hai tane sultane zaman phool. From head to toe, the entire person of Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam is the pinnacle of perfection. Subhanallah. And then, as if losing himself in the love of Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, you know, when you see something really amazing and you start to talk about it, you find little aspects to talk about in such a way as if he's lost himself in the love of the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. He says, Lab phool, dahan phool, zakan phool, badan phool. Allah. Yani goya ke aap यूं समझें कि सरकार दो आलम सल्लल्लाहु ताला अलैहि वसल्लम की मोहब्बत में आला हज़रत इमाम अहले सुन्नत के जज्बात और कलम बेकाबू हो गए. अल्लाह. Lab phool, dahan phool, zakan phool, badan phool. Allah. He says his entire body and person is perfection. His lips, his mouth, his face, his entire being is complete perfection. And is like a rose. Wow. And a rose has fragrance. So what is the fragrance of this rose? He says, Wallah jo mil jaye mere gul ka pasina. Allah. I swear by Allah that if she was to acquire a drop of perspiration from my rose, right? A drop, a bead of perspiration from my rose. Mange na kabhi itr na phir chahe dulhan phool. Allah. A bride would never long for any perfume or any rose or flower after this. Allah. How if she came across one drop of perspiration of my rose, my beloved. And this is not just something he says out of love and affection. The beauty of his kalam is that it's a representation of the seerah and the Quran. And the seerah of the Prophet ﷺ tells us a father came to the Prophet ﷺ and said, Ya Rasulullah ﷺ, my daughter is getting married, I'm a poor man, I have nothing to give her, help me. And the Prophet ﷺ said, bring me a bottle. And when he brought this bottle, the Prophet ﷺ took a stick and he scraped off some beads of perspiration from his arm and poured them into the bottle. And he said, take this and tell your daughter to use this as fragrance. And she did. From that day onwards, the whole house in that locality became known as Baytut Tib, the house of fragrances. And then a flower usually grows where? In a garden. So what is the garden like? Where this flower, this rose of perfection exists. Kya baat raza us chamanistane karam ki. Raza, what can I say about this garden, this meadow of perfection? Zahra hai kali jisme Hussain aur Hasan phool. I don't think I need to translate that. Sarta baqadam hai tane sultane zaman phool. Subhanallah, sabkan subhanallah. Lab phool, dahan phool, zakan phool, badan phool. और वल्लाह जो मिल जाए मेरे गुल का पसीना, वल्लाह जो मिल जाए मेरे गुल का पसीना, वल्लाह जो मिल जाए मेरे गुल का पसीना, मांगे न कभी